Hello, welcome you guys. It's your girl ICB and this is ICanB Mondays, and where we decide that we can be whatever we want to be, and we're going to start on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'm so grateful that you guys are here with me again for another episode of this ICanB podcast. I can be what you see in a world of imagination. But yes, so we are here, and I'm not going to waste your time, so let's get into our topics of the day. So today we're going to be talking about shame, and specifically body shame. I know a lot of women and men around the world deal with shame, and I think that we have to really start to differentiate what our bodies mean, like to our identity, to our story, and to our life. A lot of people don't realize that they put too much weight and pressure on their flesh, on their bodies, right? When we really need to be worrying about how is our brains, how is our minds, how is our souls derived in this moment, because our bodies are just instruments to what our souls can actually do. They're instruments to use for you to manifest what God has for you. So when you're constantly looking at something as so objectory and looking at it as like it's the one and the only thing, that matters, it's really going to take a toll on you, because your body constantly fluctuates. It constantly looks different. So don't, try not to obsess, and remember that you are way more than what your body is. Recently I was listening to the Woman King podcast, and I love to go for runs in the morning. I love to work out, and one thing that's really been teaching me is, my body really does not run the show. My mind does, right? So if my mind tells my body what to do, I can decide to run today or tomorrow, but I'm only going to keep running if my mind pushes myself to do that. My body is only going to, increase in muscle mass, etc., if my mind tells my body to keep going. And in the Woman King, it really reminded me that, in this world we live in, the society that we live in, going all the way back to, like Stone Ages, but more specifically slavery. In slavery, like when you was put on the block, and the person who was, shopping for slaves, it's kind of hard to say, but I'm gonna say it, would like look at your body, like, are they strong, are they able, for the women, like, do they have bosom, do they have breasts, like, they would like essentially like size you up to see if you were a resource to them. And going back to such a period of like slavery, like, that's a harsh time. That was really is like a bleeding time. It was a time of suffering, a time of pain, and you don't want to do the same thing as that type of entity. You don't want to look in the mirror and break yourself down and size yourself up according to what society says you should look like. It truly is like limiting, and it's not good for you. So going back to the Woman King, I personally was listening to their album, and I totally recommend that as my album of the week, or music of the week. I recommend listening to the Woman King album. There are so many good like African, like proverb big type songs on there. So many songs about being a warrior and being victorious and going for what you want in life. And I truly like take heed to that type of energy, especially when I'm running. You can strain yourself when you're running, when you're just putting it on your body, what your body could do, going back to the mindset. But when you look at yourself as a warrior and you're training, in Africa, or specifically in the Woman King, like, they ran for miles. And to run for miles, you can do it, but you have to have the mindset that you're training, you're a warrior. You have the hum of your spirit, da da, da da, da da, da da, da da, da da. And having that type of energy inside of you, and walking and knowing that you're training for something way beyond you, you're doing the will and the gift of God, really will take you far on your run and in life. So you gotta, we gotta continue to like meditate on certain, like, well, the word of the king, of course, and also just like warriorship. You know, what does it look like to persevere in life? What does it look like to walk the mile when you didn't even think you could get the inch? Okay, what does it look like to be who you want to be? And in doing that, you realize that there's a rhythm to it all. There's a consistency to it all. There's a, perseverance to it all. And if we have the will and the way to just remember that we create, let's say, a mantra in our mind, and we create an overall harmony of the way in which we should move, like da da, da da, da da, then we will get there. You know, slowly but surely. It don't matter how many miles is in front of you, but as long as you are focused on da da, that rhythm, you'll be fine. You're gonna get there, and you're gonna feel so much stronger, and you're gonna do it effortlessly. Like, you don't have to run and like bend your back and totally be in pain the whole time. I'm trying to tell you that your brain can create a harmony inside of you that is aligned with where you're going, what you need to do, and like in a harmonious way. So that's what I wanted to kind of just touch on in the beginning of this podcast. You know, I always come and just try to make sure that I'm providing you with content, with material that will help you live easier but more consistent lives. Because we all have dreams, we all have purpose, we all have things that we want to bring to fruition in this world. But if we don't figure out how to match the universe wants and needs for us, match God's wants and needs for us, be harmonious. Sorry, I said the word right just a minute ago. But if we don't figure out how to be in that way, then you're just going to struggle through. And we're not here to struggle. Like, God don't want us to struggle. Even though we have pains and traumas and things that mold us to make us better as people, and we're not here to struggle. Okay? Yeah. One thing, like, I had realized, you know, disobedience is pain, is suffering. You might not feel like doing it today, but baby, if you don't do it today, then another force is going to come upon you and beat you up for it. You're going to get self-doubt, lack of confidence. It's going to spill over into every area in your life. So, you know, find your harmony, find your rhythm, be obedient, faith over fear, faith over worldly yes or no, and get it done. So that is, you know, just like the motivational piece of this podcast. The whole thing is motivational, but we specify the time in the very beginning just to kind of give you some nuggets, some food for thought. So I pray that everybody kind of like, you know, harmonizes on that and goes from there. Next thing up on the docket is Miss Chloe Bailey. Woo! Okay, Miss Mama's released her first solo album a few days ago. I think it was like the 17th. Don't get me wrong, but I was anticipating and I was waiting for it to come out. Okay, and her show is tomorrow night here in Philly. I'm here in Philly for anybody out there that's new to the pod. They don't know. I'm from Philadelphia, born and raised. I'm thriving here, I'm striving here, and I'm doing what needs to be done. But tomorrow night is Miss Chloe Bailey's show. It's going to be at the Fillmore, so I invite everybody looking at this, you know, pop out. It's going to be amazing. The tickets weren't like super expensive, but I know the show is going to be rocking. Okay? And I say that to say, like, Miss Chloe Bailey, there was so much controversy about Beyonce and Beyonce not posting Chloe on her Instagram or posting Chloe on her social media, and feeling like she's kind of like just leaving her out to dry. But I think that we really need to look at the history and the outline of Beyonce herself. Like, Beyonce grinded, like, she got it out the mud, like, very young. I think she started singing when she was a kid, but I think when she was like 17 or 15, she really started like going pro with the Destiny Childs. And, you know, I think that this is a period where Beyonce, Chloe Bailey, you know, the world is like, it's Chloe Bailey's turn. So she has to also essentially like somehow get out the mud. Like, she has to show that she can create and hold her own narrative. Now, I know that she is signed to Beyonce, which is a beautiful thing, but the force inside of her is strong enough to bring down the house. So I think that, we're just trying to see her do that, and do that on her own, and create her own momentum, create her own traction. She just released a movie, Praise This. I haven't watched it. It's on Peacock, but I am going to watch it before it's all said and done. But yeah, just, support her. Support Miss Chloe Bailey. Her show's tomorrow night. And just remember, like, nobody's going to give you a handout. Like, if you really got it, then you got it. If you're the best at what you do, if you train, inevitably, it's going to be yours. So if you got it, if you're the it factor, you don't need everybody to co-sign who you are. It's good to have mentors and people who care about you that can show you the way, but you don't need nobody co-signing you, because at the end of the day, you're it. So don't worry about it, baby. Don't worry about it. So next on the docket is Miss IceSpice. Okay, I don't know if y'all seen the new Princess Diana video, but I did, and that ish was cute. It was rocking. I liked it. I'm not gonna rate it because just not gonna rate it. But I do want to say that Miss IceSpice has signed to Nicki Minaj. Now, this is a duo I didn't think I needed, but I am happy that it's here. It's given cat and kitten in the most humblest, beautiful ways, like purr, you know what I'm saying? It's giving love, it's giving light, it's giving sexy, it's giving bright, it's giving. And I am just like, I'm proud of Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj, I've been to one of her concerts, and I can say, like, that woman is anointed. Like, that woman is bomb. Like, she is so strong, she's so able, and she just, like, constantly, everywhere that she goes, tries to motivate people, because when you put in the work and you see the results come to fruition, you gotta come back and you gotta feed the tribe. Like, you gotta let everybody know what's up. So for them to both be from New York, both be poppin', both be, godly, because I've heard IceSpice talk about God a lot. And of course, like, he's the king. But to see them collab, like, I'm very happy with that. Very happy to see that. So, I can't wait to see what else they, pull out, bring to fruition. And I'm rooting for them. Go IceSpice, go Nicki, go Chloe. So, this news is very sad and hard for me to really put out there, but I don't know if you're from Philly, I want to give an RIP out to Tommy Playboy, excuse me. Oh, bless you, thank you. Tommy, Tommy, if you knew who Tommy was, like, I didn't know him personally, but one thing I can say about Tommy from Philly, he is a influencer, a model. He's like really big in the LGBTQ community, but I think that his reach was way more than that. If you're from Philly and you follow Tommy, you know who he was. Like, for me, he always motivated me that I can do whatever I want to do. It don't matter where I come from or like how I got there. But, like, if I wanted to be a model, if I wanted to be a dancer, if I wanted to be anything in this world, watching him really inspired me and really kind of just put that in my heart that it's possible. He would travel back and forth from New York. He was in multiple music videos. He was doing it. He was on the scene. And he was so expressive in who he was and unapologetic about it. And it really inspired me to constantly push forward, but to also just, like, Body+Mind, he inspired me to be creative, be beautiful, be bold, be blossom. And the fact that he's not here anymore and he went soon is very disheartening. So I just want to give a shout out to Tommy, shout out to his family, his sisters, nephews, moms, dads, grandparents, like everybody that is a part of his motion picture. I'm just sending out, like, condolences out to y'all, like, warm feelings, blessings. Like, I know that it's hard. Grief is very hard. I still deal with grief on a day-to-day, but I think that we can never forget that that person is here in spirit on God, and they are pushing us in the way that we need to go. Like, just pay attention to the signs, pay attention to certain things. Like, you know, our ancestors speak to us through different forms, like music, the breeze, the clouds, number system. Like, signs are all around us. So when we remember that we're never alone, we're never forgotten, then we can continue to persevere and be what we need to be for this world during this time, during this go round of life. So yes, a special shout out to Tommy. You know, God bless you. I want to do a moment of silence for Tommy. R.I.P. Tommy, we miss you, we love you. We are so grateful for the energy that you put out into this world. May we continue to manifest it, may it continue to vibrate and blossom. Thank you. So, last thing I want to do on the podcast today is I want to do like a manifestation thing. Now, I got this from Don't Call Me White Girl podcast. If you don't watch that, check it out. It's a vibe. I watch it every Wednesday. It comes out. I'm be doing a lot of like drops, like name dropping and stuff on this pod, because I truly believe in supporting other people. And but for this part of the podcast, I want to do what I'm manifesting, and what I'm manifesting coming forth this week, next week, or in life. I'm manifesting gold VIP Roots Picnic tickets. Anybody out there who sees me and wants to come along from a journey, you can do that. I definitely, like, I go year in year. My birthday is June 4th, and that's typically when the Roots Picnic, like, when it lands in summertime. So it is this year from June 3rd, 4th, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of June is the Roots Picnic, and I just want to score some VIP tickets to that. So whether I have to buy them myself or God, blesses me with the will and a way to cop up on them, I really want to get in the building and get around people who are like, in the game, really doing what it is to do, and have expertise, advice on how I can manifest as a creator. They say your tribe is very important, so I just want to get in the space and see how people move and see how people is working and imitate them. So that is ICanB Mondays with your girl ICanB. With your girl ICB. I'm grateful for all y'all coming out to the pod, listening to the pod. I'm grateful for every time that I get to be on camera and just display who I am, and may we all just continue to live purposeful lives, continue to put out in the world what we want to see, and continue to build and create and be amazing. So that's the pod today. I love you guys all so much, and never don't stop vibrating in the energy that you need to achieve. So love you guys all again. See ya. Bye.